Okay, so good morning and welcome to Beijing. It's kind of a new angle here. I've never tried it with this lens and my kind of small kitchen here. You see a bit of the living room outside or whatever you want to call it, but it's not so much space here, but hopefully it can work. So it's 5:05 in the morning. I'm gonna start the day by having water to hydrate after a long day of sleeping with some lemon here. Then I'm also gonna have my vitamins. Right now I'm having some multivitamins here. And then also I'm gonna have a bit of creatine, where do I have it? Here, just for a sort of muscle recovery. And of course, most importantly, coffee. I'm gonna have instant coffee here. I normally brew coffee my whole life, but then after quarantine, I'm not so picky anymore, just happy to get coffee. So I'm just gonna do some hot water, mix that up, and then enjoy it and go out and exercise. And I forgot to mention, when I pour the coffee here, I normally actually add a little bit of cinnamon on top of it to make it just a little bit more exciting here. So I have some nice stuff here, but I'm sure there are many other options. Just put it on top. Nothing beats some coffee in the morning. And then of course also actually forgot to mention, I put some apple cider vinegar in my water actually to help with digestion, because I'm gonna exercise fasted. So I just put 30 milliliters here, or 30 grams. On my scale, together with the lemon water and the water, obviously 1 scoop of creatine. Then we have the water here. Just down this one. Coffee time. Nothing beats this in the morning. Also, it's a bit hard to have good fresh bread, but I have this German, I think, whole grain dark rye bread, I think. So I really look forward to eating this after exercise. But let's go outside. Okay, so we are outside and there's a lot of birds going on in the background making sounds, but pretty cool background here, and kind of a shopping and social area, restaurants here in Beijing. Normally in the evening, maybe tonight, a lot of people. Now not so much, and the air is actually so I think the index is like 133. So I apologize for my horrible farmer's tan here, and that's why I have to get this tank top. Out walking too much with the t-shirt, doesn't look so great. Unfortunately, the gyms are closed here once again, so I'm gonna go do some outdoor exercise here. Gonna go and try to find a bike and then be outside the park and do some exercises, but you know, better than nothing. I'm gonna go for like an 8-kilometer bike ride, I think. And then probably tonight also do that as a wind down, but let's see if I can find one first. Okay, so it looks like I found myself a yellow bike here. Just gonna take up your app here and scan it. Fantastic, let's jump on. Yeah, you gotta be careful when you're out biking here, so I'm gonna put down the camera, but also just started the morning by weighing myself. I was 72.2, I think, 12.2% body fat. So a little bit higher than last week, but not too bad. So I'm just gonna bike over to the park here, take it easy, and then see you there. Okay, so I made it to the park here. It's very nice actually. Sun is just rising. It's a little bit later than normally here. I'm just gonna take some nice spot down here next to the water. Just put down the yoga mat a little bit here. It's a bit dirty on the ground here. Do some exercises, put that in the background. So I'm just gonna let you guys show that a little bit. Not stay too long. Just gonna go back and have breakfast soon, but get the pulse up a little bit. So yeah, I'll let you watch that a bit. Yeah, just good to warm up the shoulders a bit. Now we're gonna do a bit of the classic ab wheel. Whew, that feels nice. Then of course some push-ups to get the pulse up a bit. Ooh, always nice to wake up. Then I'm just gonna have some resistance bands here, so you don't have any weight. So you gotta do what you can with what you have for the biceps. Ooh, and then the other side. Definitely not ideal, but well, better than nothing. Then I'm just gonna use this kind of CrossFit bands over here on the fence to do some other exercises. Here we can get in a little bit of a chest action. Once again, not ideal, but better than nothing. Whew. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it a bit short here today. It's a Friday morning. Then tomorrow it's actually Saturday. I'm gonna take a bit more time to do this. So I'm just gonna do 3 or 4 rounds of this and then I will see you in the kitchen. Okay, so we're back in the kitchen after being freshened up with the shower. I'm gonna hydrate a bit once again with some water. Nice. And now it's 7:21. It's actually a little bit later than what I normally do. Maybe I have breakfast around like 6:30 or 7 normally. But today we're gonna make it very easy. Gonna have the bread that I showed already here, high fiber. Normally I try to keep my breakfast quite low in carbs. Actually I have oats normally, but not that much. What I'm gonna have is eggs here, and we're gonna have some spinach as well, and then some mushrooms. And actually, if you get hungry while you're cooking, some very good snack is to have a cucumber, extremely low in calories. So I'm gonna have one snack a bit when I'm preparing. Later on, I'm gonna add a bit of a side of sauerkraut here. Sorry for looking crazy and messy here. And then I actually bought some avocados early in the week, but I don't think they are ripe yet. So maybe for the weekend to enjoy a bit more. And then on the side, I normally have a bit of sriracha on top and just some spices to make it not that boring. But basically, very high protein. It makes you full longer, so you don't get hungry as quickly as if you just have a lot of sugar and carbs. So very low sugar, I would say. And I'm also gonna have a little bit of a butter actually, which I very rarely put, but on the sandwich. I'm gonna cook it up a bit in the background. See you soon. Okay, so just another comment. I'm gonna use eggs obviously to make the scrambled eggs. And just when you do use eggs, they have a lot of good nutrition in the egg yolk, but one whole egg is like maybe 80 calories. If you take away the yolk, you have maybe like 17 or 20 calories, so basically like a quarter. So I'm gonna have is only actually one whole egg and maybe like 9 egg whites to have a lot of protein, because I'm trying to, well, get in the best shape of my life, as you maybe see here earlier. And then also when you cook, I use olive oil here, and that can very easily add up. So if you have like 100 grams, it's like 800 calories. So if you use 10 grams, it's like 80. I use maybe like 2. So that's, yeah, only a few. But that's, you know, very easy difference. You know, the meal is basically the same. If you use, let's say, 5 whole eggs or 4 or something, and you have a lot of oil versus just using egg whites, or maybe 1 whole egg that I'm going to do, and a bit of olive oil, basically it's going to be almost the same size, but the calories completely different. So if you count the calories, like what I'm doing, trying to get in the best shape of my life, that's just a tip. So now I'm just going to fry up the vegetables here. Maybe it looks very boring, just the mushrooms and spinach, olive oil, and also prepare the sandwich here, looking probably extremely boring with some butter here on top. I tried to buy cheese actually, but the stores are closed. But maybe next time in the future, normally I have like ham or cheese. But it's nice to have some real butter and really rye bread, so I'm gonna enjoy it anyway. The thing with veggies is that they wilt down very fast. So the spinach was, you know, a lot of volume first, but it becomes very small. Same if you have cabbage and things. So I'm gonna put in the eggs here together, and we get mix everything around. Very nice. Okay, so extremely easy, fast, but also healthy and good for you. So I'm just gonna plate everything up now. If you keep on cooking, it just becomes sort of smaller, and I want a lot of volume, so I'm just gonna plate it up here in a big bowl. Extremely easy, anyone can do it, it's very fast. I'm gonna wash this up, and then I put on some sauerkraut. I always like to clean up immediately so it doesn't get stuck here, because you don't want to do that in the evening when you're tired. And time is money, so it's also safe because it doesn't get stuck. There's the pro tip for you. So now let's add on some nice sauerkraut here. Extremely cheap, from Germany I believe here, but very nice. That and kimchi, but if you eat kimchi you're gonna smell garlic all day, so I'm saving that enjoyment for dinner. But here, once again, I'm always weighing everything because I'm crazy. But I'm gonna put some of the sauerkraut here on the side. Almost no calories, you don't really have to weigh it, but I like to be exact. Okay, so we're adding in 72 grams of that. Then to make it a little bit more spicy and exotic, I'm just gonna add on some of this kind of spice mix. You can have salt and pepper or whatever you feel like, but makes it a little bit for fun. And actually you can also add on a little bit of vinegar. That's something I've been discovering lately. Here we have it. In China, you eat it a lot with dumplings. Okay, just 5 grams of that, basically almost no calories. And yes, I'm taking photos here to document how much it weighs, that's how I remember it. And then put it in Excel, so that's enjoyment when I eat. So fantastic, I think we're ready to go. We have this beautiful plate here, not sure if you can see it. Very hot, fresh from the pan. I'm gonna put it together with my very nice sandwich here, as you will see in the background here. Enjoy it, and then I will see you outside.
Okay, so welcome to outside. I'm gonna go here and take my daily COVID test that you need to get in places here. Very nice weather. That was a very nice breakfast. And I also have suit and tie, or well, the suit part is actually in the office, but I have a tie and a white shirt because I'm gonna take some corporate photos. But first I'm gonna queue up here in the background, do the test, and then see you on the bike later. Test done, ready to go. Perfect, I found another bike here, it's ready to go to work. Okay, so that whole experience from going outside to doing the actual testing took like 8 minutes, so can't complain too much about that. Feels good to start the way this way, going up, exercise, having some after breakfast. Now I'm gonna just finish up these first 3 hours and then it's almost lunchtime. So I think I will see you guys there and see what that brings. Yeah, just the first time for everything, that's for sure. Yeah, I guess in this online corporate world you gotta look your best, so a lot of makeup here, interesting, taking photos, a bit different than what I'm used to, but well, you gotta try something new every day. Yeah, I cannot trust professionals to do this job here, definitely first time for everything. Whew, that was definitely harder than expected. It's lucky I'm not a full-time model, that is for sure. Now, back to work. Okay, here I think we have our delivery guy outside waiting here. Yes, he's here. This is here. We got some nice chicken here. Perfect chicken, avocado, mango salad. Let's go and enjoy it. Some very nice salad here. Yeah, added one more extra serving of chicken to make sure I stay full, and then just a bit of a quinoa and some avocado, healthy fats, and chickpeas. Very nice. Wow, it seems like someone brought a cake here. That's a happy Friday indeed. Okay, so finally on the way back home now. It's 7:30 and 29 degrees outside. Very nice this Friday evening here. Be careful when you're biking. Make sure you don't run into things. The air is a bit so here actually right now, but we just go down and wind down a bit. Had some fruit there, as you can see in the background, also some cake. Not very common maybe, but now I'm gonna have and cook some dinner, so I will see you back home. Okay, so finally we're back home and it's 8:15 here in the evening. Time to do some dinner. It's been a quite long day and not a very typical one, I have to admit. Kind of different things going on with the photos and so on. But my food will be quite stable and boring perhaps. So I'm gonna have some red cabbage here, some white cabbage and mushrooms and some bean sprouts, great for you. We have some kale and some spinach, and then we have of course eggs. So keeping it very low calories, low fat I would say. Of course you can have chicken or steak or fish, other things, but I had the goal to reach my lowest body weight according to plan this week. So I'm gonna keep it very simple here, just cook everything, all of this up, make a very big meal, low in calories, so just follow along here. Basically I'm just chopping everything up here and mixing it together and putting it into the frying pan, and I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil and then a bit of a soy sauce I think here to spice it up and just mix everything together. So I don't think you maybe see it in the background here, but yeah, it's gonna be very colorful and nice inside here hopefully. Also gonna spice it up with some nice Chinese chilies here. Maybe not for everyone, but very nice. Adding in a bit of the soy sauce here, 9 grams. And then a bit of Chinese wine here. Rice wine actually. To spice it up more you can actually have a bit of a oyster sauce here, very Chinese actually. Then we can add in some Chinese spicy chili peppers here. Not sure if you can see, we also have this kind of Sichuan peppercorn, it's very nice here. Add in a bit more spice. I also really love cumin, so I'm gonna add in a bit of this. Now I have a whole mountain of food here. That is looking nice. Let's add the eggs as well. Yeah, so a bit similar to the morning, I'm gonna have a lot of eggs here, maybe like 9 or 10 again. So almost the same as breakfast, but very good, a lot of protein, healthy, and probably one whole egg yolk, or one whole egg actually, and the rest egg white. So I'm gonna stir all of that up and then mix it in after this frying. Okay, so I got the eggs here. Time to twist it around here, mix everything up. Then we're gonna start frying up all the stuff. Time to get the party started here. Turn it on. Nice. Of course you should have the fan on normally, but it's gonna be a bit noisier, so I'm gonna keep it off for now. It's a very big pile here, but definitely gonna shrink a lot here later, so you get
A lot less volume, but still very good for you, and then a lot of good proteins together. It's going to be a very nice meal. Really smells amazing with the soy sauce and the cumin and the chilies. Real nice, kind of a Chinese inspired. So you have all these chilies, of course, that I put in here, and the cumin. It's a great combo. Okay, so it actually reduced quite a lot of size here, and you can continue to do this to get it even smaller. I'm actually going to put in the eggs here now, because I want to keep a lot of volume and more crunch. So just pour this here. Let that sink in for a bit while I wash this one. Nice, just gonna mix everything together here, and soon it's time to eat. Yeah, I think it's ready. I'm gonna plate it up here. I guess you can't see so good, but put it here. Now that is a pretty huge bowl of vegetables, that's for sure, and a lot of eggs. So I'm gonna just clean this up first, and we're gonna add in some kimchi and some sauerkraut. So I'm just gonna finish up this can of sauerkraut here from the morning. Almost no calories, but very, very nice. Then a bit of a kimchi here. Ooh, that is looking beautiful and definitely smells nice. Then to top it off, a bit of a mixed spices here. Cumin, chili, and so on. Of course, you can add a lot of sauces later when you eat it, but just keep it basic for now. So that is that, people. Here is a very nice dinner. That is a pretty big bowl of veggies, that is for sure. Eggs, very nice. So I'm just gonna take my time and enjoy this. Sit down a little bit, see in the background. I'm also gonna put the total calories for the whole day here if you're interested. I'm not gonna film myself eating this because I have a lot of those videos already. But if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, you know, day in the life, what I'm eating, what I'm doing, let me know. I'll take you with me also in the future. Not only doing boring things, hopefully. Otherwise, if you're interested, let me know. Leave me a like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.